Hello YouTube, welcome to the Common Investor channel. Hope everyone's having a lovely evening, morning or afternoon. So today is just a portfolio update for my Invest and ISA accounts on Trading 212. Should be a quick one. So right now I'm up about 22.94%. Then the market's basically recovered today. Obviously everyone's heard about the whole drama with GameStop and Nokia and what other stock as well. Can't remember the other one. But yeah, it's just madness, mate. I mean, that just kind of shows you the whole. Essentially, the market is fugazi. I don't know if anyone's watched Wolf of Wall Street. You understand what fugazi means? It's just it's an illusion basically. It's all magic. Um, because at the end of the day, we can actually drive up the price of a stock if we want to. It's not really based on. It's based on a system which we can actually change if we wanted to. Um, so yeah, it's basically Fugazi, but it's Fugazi that brings money, and when it works, it works. So yeah, so I basically this is pretty much I guess my stocks for 2021. I have stopped investing in. I've stopped doing the whole SPAC thing. Just picked two companies that I can't I can't find in my ISA, and basically put them in my invest account. So one is Neo Technologies. I've had this for a long time. For those of you that have been following me, electric scooter manufacturing company. They're going to report earnings. I think in March or something like that. Well, before that, there was like a press release saying they've basically the sales growth is pretty good. So that pretty much drove the stock up from from like 26 to where it is now. So yeah, pretty good gains for this. I'm up about 89%. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes once earnings has been reported. It might go higher. It might actually stay where it is. Next one is Taiwan Semiconductor. Didn't really invest in this at the right time, but it's a long-term hold, and based on semiconductor what chips, basically demand of chips being quite high and supply being quite low. Basically, I see Taiwan Semiconductor being that's good for Taiwan Semiconductor's business essentially. So yeah, I see that it's a great company. It was pretty much overvalued for quite a long time, so undervalued for quite a long time, and all of a sudden people just started buying in. I think in the last yeah, so it's just basically a reason. So yeah, good company. They pay dividends as well. So just gonna hold this for the long term. They have a good profit margin as well. So yeah, pretty standard company. Gonna hold this for a long time and see how that does. All right. So that's for my invest account. Don't really plan on adding any more stocks to this, but if I'm gonna do that, it's probably gonna be a trade or something, a quick swing trade. Okay. So I guess right now for my ISA account, I have £739. Just gonna keep this. Maybe you guys can tell me which stock I should invest in. Put some comments in the comment section below, and tell me what you think. So what I'm looking for is a good dividend growth company, preferably a UK company. That's so I'm expecting there to be increase in revenue on a quarterly basis. Has a dividend yield of at least 3%. If you can find one that pays quarterly, that would be great. But there's only a handful of UK companies that pay quarterly, and something that you can see that will be good for the future as well. So I'm trying to find all those. I can't really find one, to be honest, right now. I think the only one I can think about is Diageo. Yeah, that's the only one I can think about. So yeah, I've sold a lot of my stocks. Right now I've only got from 100 stocks. I've brought this down to 14 stocks. Right, so in a way that kind of tells you people that have like 50 stocks or 20 stocks. You don't really need that many, to be honest. I've really tried to concentrate my portfolio. So right now I've got IX1, which is a SPAC. It's basically rumored to be merging with TransferWise, and if it does, it's pretty much going to go through the roof. Next one is Bandwidth, which is similar to, they do the similar work to Twilio. But for me, it's I sold my Twilio to get into Bandwidth, and it's a much better valuation compared to Twilio. Yeah. In terms from a price to sales ratio, not really a PE ratio. PE ratio is still pretty rubbish. But compared to, when you compare to Twilio, they have been profitable. So, Twilio, they're growing and they're still profitable, and Twilio isn't profitable yet. Biorad Laboratories, obviously this I bought today. I feel like this is let me just read it out for you. So essentially, they manufacture and supply the life science research, healthcare, analytical chemistry, other markets with a range of products and systems used to separate chemical. Essentially, they help the biotechnology market. Essentially, they provide equipment and probably testing kits for life science and clinical diagnostics, right? So how they look at it, it's very, very, I mean, the PE ratio is basically 10. They have a pretty good EPS, and fundamentally is a pretty solid company. When you compare it to, to the likes of Thermo Fisher and Agilent, and those are pretty overvalued at the moment. And I think obviously this trend is rubbish from trading to 1T, but if you go have a look at the trend, it's done pretty well over the past year. And I see it, so right now it's around 600, and I see it going to about 700. So, yeah, if it keeps going down, I'm going to be adding more. Maybe I should have averaged in, but over the long term, I feel this is fine. So I don't know where the market's going to be, so just decided to buy in. Another one I bought today is Canadian Solar. So Canadian Solar is basically, it's the only reasonably valued energy stock that I could find. All the other ones are basically through the roof. I mean, the revenue is basically matching the market cap. So obviously in terms of increasing revenue, that's not there yet. But given the way the economy is going towards renewable energy, I see this as a pretty good value play on that market. Considering everything I've looked at is pretty much overvalued. So even though, and this is up about 208%, so that's why I've chosen Canadian Solar. I looked at Enphase Energy, Sunrun. Those are just stupidly overvalued. John Marty, don't really need to talk too much about this. I think if you've seen my previous video, probably talked about this already. This is my play on ITM and hydrogen energy companies in the UK, mainly because Johnson Marty help in producing some of the components that they use for manufacturing their the hydrogen systems. Mimecast sold Fastly to get Mimecast just because of valuation. For those that don't know, Mimecast had what's it called? They were hacked, I think last week or 2 weeks ago, which led to the stock price plummeting. But if we look at it from, then again, the chart here is rubbish. But if we look at it from a long-term perspective, they have a really good uptrend going on, and I think they were profitable for the first time this last year, I believe. I don't think this is correct. But overall, they have a nice, good trend. They're a growing business. I think your tech is outdated, to be honest with you, but it's incorporated within the outlook. So I think that's kind of, because of that, it's because of them working with Microsoft, essentially. I see the company is still growing revenues, and they have this SaaS model as well, which is, it's pretty much what everyone's trying to do nowadays. So yeah, but without a doubt, I think the tech is outdated, but they might be quite a sticky business just because of the way they've integrated the system into Outlook on the Azure platform. Polymethyl International, it's just this is my hedge in my portfolio. It's a gold mining company. So yeah, that's not really moving anywhere. Skyworks Solutions reported pretty good numbers. Actually, that's because of that, it's basically gone up quite a lot. Really, really good earnings reports. Yeah, so that's doing good. Obviously, that's on the back of iPhone sales and basically 5G. Um, yeah, so Switchback Energy, it's pretty much just been there. It's just, like, hopefully it goes a bit higher. Tattoo Chef as well is pretty much finding its feet. Seems like it. Bought a couple of shares of it today. Tesla, you know, Tesla Almighty, up 4%. Nothing can stop this stock. And then you got Upwork. I think Upwork has done pretty well today, so 3%. Yeah. So yeah, that's it, guys. I think the last thing I really want to do is find a good dividend growth company and just include that in here, and that's it. You're just gonna save up, and when I can start investing again in my ISA in April, I think 6th of April, then I'll put some money in here. For I guess overall, if you look at my history, I've basically reinvested about just over £2,000. I've got return over just over £2,000, which I've reinvested in the markets. I've been quite active. I sold Realty Income as well today. I sold that at a little bit of a loss. I think I lost about, where is it? Yeah, about 30 quid or something. I just felt like, it's good to have a focus when you invest in. And you should, I think at this stage in my life, it's good to focus on growth stocks, right? Not dividend stocks. Later on, when I make the money, I can basically, find a good dividend paying stock and just invest like, I don't know, £1 million or £2 million. I just basically be living off the dividends. But for now, I need to be able to build that wealth by investing in growth stocks, which will give you a much higher return. I did something with the 2x AMD, just as a quick swing trade. What else have I sold? I'm just going to be buying into the market essentially. I sold PayPal and reinvested that money in Ajax. What else? So yeah, I think to me it was just an option. I just wanted to reduce my holdings. And PayPal, to me, I was happy holding it, but I just decided to put it in Ajax because I felt like if everything goes well, that's just a risk. If it goes well, however, I feel like I'll get greater returns over a shorter period of time. So that's a risk on my part. And I had Nintendo as well, which I was planning on adding to this. That's going to be my dividend stock. But I don't know, the spread on 1-2-1-2 for Nintendo is not something I like. Just some stocks that just have some stupid spreads, and it's really not worth having them. So I bought that in my eToro account. Yeah, I think that's it. BAE was supposed to be my UK dividend stocks. Obviously, I had like about £5,000. I sold this at a little bit of a loss as well, I believe, which is 271. I made that back with the swing trade from AMD. But yeah, when I bought it, I didn't know that they had cut their dividends. They're probably going to bring it back. But yeah, it didn't work for me. So Legal in general, so BP, so Roku, yeah, so the NG. NG is a bit of I'm not too sure. It's a turnaround company. It's kind of like GM. So if they can turn it around successfully, fair enough. If they can't, then it's just going to keep going down. But I think they're better stocks I can put my money in for now. So Dropbox, yeah, so I think that's basically it. Dividend wise, I've got about £200 of dividends, not this year, obviously, from I think from like April, May last year till now. So that's not too bad as well. And yeah, that's it for today, guys. So hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, thanks for watching. Okay, bye.